Okay, this is 2 Esdras continued. Earlier I read chapter 11, the dream about the eagle. And yeah. So chapter 12, it gives us the interpretations. So we're going to find out what was being told to Ezra in the dream that the Most High sent to him. Well, an angel, Uriel, the archangel, God sent Uriel to show him these things. So we're going to read the interpretation in chapter 12. We're going to find out who the eagle is, who the lion is, and who are the feathers and all that stuff, right? All right, so, and it came to pass, whilst the lion spake these words unto the eagle, I saw, and behold, the head that remained of the 4 wings appeared no more, and the 2 went unto it, and set themselves up to reign, and their kingdom was small, but full of uproar. And I saw, and behold, they appeared no more, and the whole body of the eagle was burnt, so that the earth was in great fear. Then awake I out of the trouble and trance of my mind, and from great fear I said unto my spirit, Lo, that this hast thou done unto me, and that thou searchest out the ways of the highest, well, the Most High, Yahuwah, the Father. Lo, yet I am weary in mind and very weak in my spirit, and little strength is there in me, for the great fear wherewith I was affrighted this night. Therefore will I now beseech the highest, that he will comfort me unto the end. So it's talking about the end times. And I said, Lord, that bearest rule, if I have found grace before thy sight, right? Grace is, when you keep the commands, or you try and do the best you can with what you have, and he's watching you, and he's like, okay, you have grace in my eyes. You're following my rules. You're doing as I say, right? And if I am justified with thee before many others, and if my prayer indeed has come before thy face, comfort me then, and show me thy servant the interpretation and plain difference of this fearful vision, that thou mayest perfectly comfort my soul. For thou hast judged me worthy to show me the last times. So again, this is talking about the end times that we're in right now. Okay, so pay attention, guys. And he said unto me, this is the interpretation of the vision. The eagle, right? He's going to tell you who the eagle is. The eagle whom thou sawest come up from the sea is a kingdom which was seen in the vision of thy brother Daniel. So this goes back to Daniel's vision. If you want to know more about Daniel's vision, Ezra is the one who got the full, in detail, in-depth thing. This is why he took it out the Bible. Okay. But it was not expounded unto him. Therefore, now I declare unto thee, right? So he didn't tell Daniel the whole prophecy about what was going to happen. He told Ezra, right? So, but it was expounded not unto him. Therefore, I declare it unto thee. Behold, the days will come that there shall rise up a kingdom upon the earth, and it shall be feared above all the kingdoms that were before it. In the same shall 12 kings reign, one after another, whereof the second shall begin to reign, and shall have more time than any of the 12. And this do the 12 wings signify which thou sawest. As for the voice which thou heardest speak, and that thou sawest not go out of the head from the heads, but from the midst of the body thereof, this is the interpretation. So this is the voice that was coming from the eagle's, the middle body. That after the time of that kingdom there shall arise great strivings, and it shall stand in peril of falling. Nevertheless, it shall not then fall, but shall be restored again to its beginning, like make America great again, right? And where whereas thou sawest the 8 small under feathers sticking to her wings. This is the interpretation, that in him there shall arise 8 kings, right? The 8 kings out of Revelations, right? Whose time shall be but small, and their years swift, and 2 of them shall perish. The middle time approaching, 4 shall be kept until their end begin to approach, but 2 shall be kept until the end. And I think these 2 are Donald Trump and Barack Obama, right? So let's listen. I'm just giving you my thoughts. I'm not saying anything for sure, but I'm just trying to figure this out like everybody else, okay? We got to figure it out by this prophecy because it's telling us. And whereas thou sawest the 3 heads resting, this is the interpretation. In his last days, in the last times, shall the Most High raise up 3 kingdoms and renew many things therein, and they shall have the dominion of the earth. And I think this is Russia, China, and America. And of those that dwell therein with much oppression above all those that were before them, therefore are they called the heads of the eagle. For these are they that shall accomplish his wickedness, and that shall finish his last end. And whereas thou sawest that the great head appeared no more, it signified that one of them shall die upon his bed, yet with pain. For the 2 that remain shall be slain by the sword with the sword. For the sword of the one shall devour the other, but at the last shall he fall through the sword himself. Okay. Let me sit up. My back hurt. And whereas thou sawest the 2 feathers under the wings passing over the head that is on the right side, it signified that these are they whom the highest have kept unto their end. This is the small kingdom and full of trouble, as thou sawest. And the lion whom thou sawest rising up out of the wood and roaring and speaking to the eagle and rebuking her for her unrighteousness with all the words which thou hast heard. This is the anointed which the highest have kept for them and for their wickedness unto the end. He shall reprove them and shall upbraid them with their cruelty. For he shall set them before him alive in judgment, and shall rebuke them and correct them. For the rest of my people shall he deliver with mercy, those that have been preserved upon my borders, and he shall make them joyful until the coming of the day of judgment, whereof I have spoken unto thee from the beginning. This is the dream that thou sawest, and these are the interpretations. Thou only hast been met to know this secret of the highest. Therefore write all these things that thou hast seen in a book, and hide them, and teach them unto the wise of the people, whose hearts thou knowest may comprehend and keep these secrets. But wait thou here thyself yet 7 more days, that it may be showed thee whatsoever it pleaseth the highest to declare unto thee. And with that he went his way. And it came to pass, when all the people saw that the 7 days were past, and I not come again into the city, they gathered themselves together from the least unto the greatest, and came unto me and said, What have we offended thee? And what evil have we done against thee, for that thou forsakest us and sittest here in this place? For of all the prophets thou only art left us, and as cluster of the vintage, and as a candle in a dark place, and as a haven or ship preserved for the tempest. Are not the evils which are come to us sufficient? If thou shalt forsake us, how much better had it been for us if we also had been burned in the midst of Sion? For we are not better than they that died there. And they wept with a loud voice. Then answered I them and said, Be of good comfort, O Israel, and be not heavy, thou house of Jacob. For the highest hath you in remembrance, and the mighty hath not forgotten you in temptation. For as for me, I have not forsaken you, neither am I departed from you, but am come into this place to pray for the desolation of Zion, and that I might seek mercy for the low estate of your sanctuary. And now go your way home, every man, and after these days will I come unto you. So the people went their way into the city like as I commanded them, and I remained still in the field 7 days, as the angel commanded me, and did eat only of those days of the flowers of the field, and had my meat of the herbs. So that's all he ate, because that's what God told the angel to tell him to do, and he obeyed him. And guess what God did? God blessed him with more understanding about these end times. So I might do 13 and 14 later on today. Hope this helps anybody understand these end times. I hope this sends people to go back and look at the book of Daniel, read the book of Daniel, the vision of the judgment on Babylon, to put 2 and 2 together, look into the world and see what's going on, because we're supposed to watch, right? This is what we're commanded to do. And this is how we find out what is really going on, what timeline we're on, and all these things that are being fulfilled, because we're in a time where prophecy is fulfilling rapid pace, and we need to be on high alert. We know it's the season, but we don't know the hour. Shalom, take care, and enjoy your Shabbat.